The middle class is in between working and owning class. And middle class is being used a lot. That word middle class is being used a lot, and in elections, or because these are the people that are voting, and uh, I guess that are struggling the most right now. And middle class people are in between two classes. And the worry of middle class is there that they might lose their status of middle class. So they're worried about, you know, dropping into working class, but also they always look up and wanting to be part of owning class. So the patterns sit differently when you're middle class. Um, so because they're in between owning and working class, middle class has a couple of patterns around wanting to do it right. Because if you don't do it right, you're gonna slip into working class. And that's a difficult pattern because what happens is that people are trying to do it always right, or trying to um, be nice, and don't challenge anything, because we're in the middle. We want it to be safe for us, and we want to go up in the class system. So middle class people are really wonderful people. They're very nice, and very nice people, and but they're struggling of really wanting to express themselves, in the sense, express themselves in a way that could challenge, or rock the boat, really, uh, for themselves or for the society, because it's almost like they're not listening to what they really needed to express, especially as children too, because everything had to be nice in the household. Everything was nice, and things were not talked about, and things never collided, never clashed. Um, so there's a lot of stuff that's been unresolved in middle class people because they couldn't express it, or weren't encouraged to express it um, in a way that would be healthy for them. Because my husband has all middle class pattern, and it's interesting, in a relationship. I find that very fascinating, because my husband and me, we only have fights around our different classes. So when he's middle class and is all nice and is all wonderful, and I'm like, well, how can you just be nice about this? We have these clashes where my working class, or even owning class, clashes with John, my husband, and it's actually a fight around the money patterns that were instilled into us, and that were patterns from working class and middle class that clash sometimes, and that's when we have a fight. It's when we have different upbringing and different understanding of how you grew up, or money. And it's interesting for you to look also, if you are in a relationship, uh, that sometimes, when you come from different classes, owning class, middle class, working class, that sometimes you have fights around money that are not really about you, but it's actually the patterns that clash. And I find that fascinating.